Today we are talking about boundary-pushing films. No soft R movies with an intense scene or two. These movies don't hold back, whether it's brutal violence, gore, explicit nudity, or strong sexual content. Welcome back everyone, Matthew here with CineGold, and today we're going to take a look at the top 10 hard R movies on Netflix right now. Let's get started. Number 10, Rebel Moon, the director's cut. The Zack Snyder directed sci-fi epic has just gotten a director's cut that's both part 1 and part 2. The director's cuts makes this movie feel a lot more like it always should have, with the blood, sex, nudity, and extended scenes all intact. Honestly, this movie is still a bit of a mess story-wise, but it is better, bloodier, and higher rated than the originals. If you've already seen the originals, there's probably not enough reason to come back, but if you manage to miss them and are thinking about checking them out, you'll definitely want to check out these R-rated director's cuts.
I'll do whatever I want with you.
No. I will do whatever I want with you.
Number 9, 365 Days. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that this is a great movie because it's not, but I did add it to the list because if you're in the mood for something pretty damn steamy, well, 365 Days is all about that. To me, it's kind of like the Netflix version of 50 Shades of Grey. It's got a ton of sexual content, tons of nudity. That's pretty much the whole point. It's the epitome of a hard R movie, and honestly, kind of surprising that it even exists on Netflix. It's also gotten 2 sequels, so if you're looking for something that pushes the limits, you might enjoy 365 Days.
Thought you stopped smoking.
Figured it wouldn't kill me.
Number 8, Polar. This movie is about one of the world's deadliest assassins who is on the verge of retirement. However, his former employee sees him as a liability and sets out to eliminate him. One of the best words to describe Polar would be over the top. Really over the top. Because of that, it can be a little off-putting to many viewers. It's very violent and bloody. It's very stylish with vibrant colors. It's based on a graphic novel and it definitely shows, but it is a textbook example of a hard R action movie. So if you enjoy unapologetic extreme violence, explicit content, and dark themes, you might really enjoy Polar.
Buongiorno!
That's my cousin. Gary, I swear to God, he's my cousin. He's my second cousin.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Number 7, No Hard Feelings. This is the first comedy to crack the list and is about a woman who agrees to help a 19-year-old boy gain experience romantically and sexually. No Hard Feeling is a raunchy sex comedy, which is a borderline dead genre these days, especially R-rated ones. It's got a lot of the expected sex jokes and quite a lot of nudity as well. Jennifer Lawrence even famously goes full frontal in it. It's a relatively funny movie, and I'm sure a lot of people were offended by it, but if you're not easily offended and miss the days when comedies were willing to take some risks, you might find No Hard Feelings worth your time. Number 6, Thanksgiving. This is a horror film about a small town who's terrorized by a mass killer during the Thanksgiving holiday. Yes, Thanksgiving is a slasher, another genre that's definitely not dead, but not nearly as big as it once was. It's directed by Eli Roth, who's no stranger to pushing boundaries, most notably in the Hostel movies. It's got the over-the-top kills and gore that you'd expect from a good slasher, and is pretty absurd, which is part of the fun. Thanksgiving is a prime example of a hard R horror movie and is an entertaining watch if you don't mind a little blood and violence.
I find music a useful distraction. Keeps the inner voice from wandering. I don't give a
Number 5, The Killer. This movie is about an assassin whose job goes wrong, forcing him into a tense game of cat and mouse. The Killer is directed by David Fincher, who's no stranger to the occasional hard R movie with such classics as Seven and Fight Club. The Killer gets its rating because it takes any sort of romanticism out of the assassin profession and shows the cold callousness and brutality that's required for the job. The film gets pretty graphic and pushes the boundaries of what's typically shown in films about hitmen. For viewers who appreciate a film that delves into the darker side of human nature, you might find a lot to enjoy in The Killer.
Don't be scared. I am a friend.
You aren't.
If you want to question my morals, do it later.
Number 4, Bone Tomahawk. Bone Tomahawk is kind of an unusual mix of Western and horror and follows a small town sheriff who leads a posse on a mission to rescue a group of settlers kidnapped by a tribe of cannibalistic cave dwellers. Bone Tomahawk is a very disturbing film and is definitely not for the faint of heart. It earns its hard R rating with its unflinching depiction of violence, particularly in its brutal and shocking scenes of gore. But having said that, it is a good movie, and for anyone that's interested in a boundary-pushing Western or an intense horror movie, you might consider giving Bone Tomahawk a shot.
I want to be in the movie.
Well, you can't. The story can't just change midway through.
Number 3, X. It's about a group of young filmmakers who set out to make an adult film in rural Texas, but notice there's something off about the elderly couple whose property they are filming on. X is one of the better horror films of recent years and stands out for its 1970s exploitation cinema vibes. It's got tons of sexual content and nudity, as well as some pretty intense violence that definitely pushes the limits of the R rating. Like a lot of horror films, X can be shocking, but honestly it's nice to see a good horror film that embraces its R rating instead of diluting things down to find a wider audience. Like I said, it's one of the best horror films that's released in the last couple of years, and it's definitely a must-see for horror fans. Number 2, The Night Comes For Us. This is an action film about a former elite enforcer who decides to turn his back on his criminal past and save a young girl from his gang. The Night Comes For Us has some awesome fight choreography, with every fight scene escalating in intensity and creativity. It's not for the squeamish though, as it's especially known for its unrelenting graphic violence, intense fight scenes, and level of gore rarely seen in action films. The barrage of blood-soaked action sequences is definitely entertaining and pushes the boundary of what an action movie can be. The Night Comes For Us has definitely earned its spot on this list with its unapologetic approach to action and its sheer relentless brutality.
오늘도 역시 대충 수습이 안 된다. 난 이제 괴물이 돼버렸다.
Number 1, Oldboy. This Korean thriller is about a man who is mysteriously imprisoned in a private cell for 15 years, but when he's released, he goes on a quest for vengeance and tries to figure out why he was imprisoned in the first place. Oldboy is just an all-around crazy movie that's memorable for numerous reasons, including its intense story, iconic fights, and one of the most shocking twists in movie history. It's kind of hard to explain how shocking it is without giving anything away, but if you've somehow slept on this 20-year-old film, you definitely want to put it at the top of your queue. Oldboy doesn't shy away from depicting the brutal consequences of revenge, and it is a harrowing but essential watch for fans of dark and challenging cinema. What did you think of today's list? What other movies would you add to it? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. I will see you soon.